We needed some self-tensioning ratchet straps to keep our cargo from shifting during transport, like when we're hauling stuff in a truck or trailer, so here they are. But what makes these ones different from regular straps is their built-in spring mechanism inside the ratchet. Because when the strap is tightened, this mechanism automatically pulls in any slack that might happen while driving. It seemed especially useful on long trips when cargo can settle or shift slightly over time. The spring system works quietly in the background. After the strap is tightened, the spring keeps light pressure on the webbing. If the load shifts just a bit, or the strap loosens slightly, the spring takes up the slack on its own. That means there's less need to stop and tighten the strap again while driving. These straps come in different sizes and strengths, able to handling working loads from 1,400 pounds up to 3,400 pounds, with braking strengths as high as 10,000 pounds. The standard versions are usually yellow, while the XTP versions are gray and often include upgraded materials or finishes. How many times have you driven behind a truck and caught yourself thinking, one sudden brake and my skull is smashed? If you're from the Balkans, chances are this crosses your mind almost every day. Whether it's construction materials, pipes, or random poles sticking out way past the tailgate, it's a common sight, and not always a safe one. Well, here's an idea for a tool to attach to the inside of a truck's tailgate, so no one's skull is getting smashed, and the trailer won't empty itself onto the road. In fact, its main purpose is to help you carry longer items in your pickup truck bed, like wood, pipes, or other things that stick out past the tailgate. Kind of like adding a small platform that extends the bed of your truck, and when you're not using it, the extender folds flat against the inside of the tailgate. Without taking up much space at all, only about 1 inch thick when stored. One of the coolest parts of it is that it uses the same latch hardware your truck already has. That means you wouldn't need to drill holes or make big changes to install it at all. Next, a powered cart made to help people load heavy stuff, like boxes, equipment, or tools, into the back of a truck, van, or SUV without having to lift it by hand. With about 47 inches long and 28 inches wide, it uses a powered lift that can raise a platform from about 10 inches off the ground up to 50 inches high. Once the platform is at the right height, a set of sliding rails lets the cargo move straight into the vehicle. It's all powered by a battery, so there's no manual cranking or pumping involved. To use it, you start by placing your load on the platform while it's at the lowest position. Then you press a button to raise it to the same level as your truck bed. Then, the rails slide out to connect the cart to the truck. You can push the platform forward so your cargo slides into place. And when you're done, the lifting part folds underneath, and the cart can go along with the load if needed. The cart has 4 wheels, and 2 of them lock to keep it steady while you're loading or unloading. There's also a built-in safety feature. If the load is heavier than the 440-pound limit, the lift won't work until some weight is removed. That way, you avoid overloading it. Getting into the back of a truck isn't always easy, especially when you have to do it repeatedly during the day, especially when the weather's bad, and especially when your knees aren't at their best shape. So here's a step created to make that job safer and easier. It attaches directly to the tailgate of a pickup, staying firmly in place without wiggling or shifting, and with the capacity of holding up to 300 pounds when someone stands on it. The step surface is 16 by 16 inches and made from a strong metal grid that gives your boots good grip. It only sticks up a little over 1 inch from the truck bed, so it won't get in the way when you're loading gear. There's also a metal handle that helps you climb in. It lifts up by hand and stops at the right angle to grab onto. When you're done, you can push it back down, and a magnet snaps it into place so it stays put. It fits many truck models, including Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Toyota, Nissan, etc. Then there are these special suspension parts made from a solid, springy material called microcellular urethane. They work like soft, compressible cushions that help your vehicle handle extra weight better. Instead of using air or metal like other systems, these springs use thousands of tiny sealed air pockets inside the material to compress gradually as the load increases. That means they get firmer the more weight you add, helping the vehicle stable without feeling stiff when you're not carrying much. They come in different strengths depending on how much support your vehicle needs. Blue ones are softer and work well for lighter loads. Black ones are good for medium loads, and yellow ones are for heavier duty use. You can mount them in a couple of different ways. Some are installed between the frame and axle, helping to carry the load directly. Others are attached to one side only, often replacing the factory rubber stops. Most of the time, they can be installed without needing to drill or change anything major on your vehicle. Further, a folding truck bed cover that goes over the back of your pickup truck to protect the whatever you're hauling. It is made from strong aluminum panels with a solid core inside, giving it more strength than the older version, about 22% more. The rails and frame are also aluminum, and the matte black surface is designed to hold up well over time, and they say it doesn't fade in the sun or scratch easily. There's also a version called the MX4 TS that adds an extra coating to protect it even more from marks and surface wear. To help keep rain from getting in, it uses rubber seals around the edges and has a longer seal at the back than the older models. There are built-in channels that direct any water away. The tailgate can still open and close whether the cover is shut or folded up. As each panel folds down, it locks into place automatically. The locking parts were updated in this version to make it harder to break in. When you need full access to the bed, the cover folds up towards the cab. It doesn't stick up over the sides. It sits flat along the edges, supporting up to 400 pounds. Another sliding platform that lets the entire deck pull out toward you. It works with double cabs and similar vehicles, and it can hold up to 772 pounds when the weight is spread out evenly. The slide comes out about 80% of the way and locks in place at 39 different points, so you can stop it where you need. The frame is made from thick steel with a textured finish to handle regular use. On top, it has aluminum tracks that let you attach different types of gear using bolts or nuts that slot right in. No need to drill holes. The slide moves on 8 bearings, which help it glide and stay steady, and there's also a safety feature that keeps it from sliding out too fast or rolling back on its own. It's been tested for a couple of years in real conditions: dirt roads, vibration, dust, so it's built to hold up under regular use. The aluminum deck is strong and can take a beating. You can attach boxes, racks, and other gear depending on what you need to carry. It works well with canopy systems too, which some people choose to pair it with. What are your thoughts on it? This dashcam system comes with 3 cameras that work together to give a full view around your vehicle. There's a 4K camera on the front mirror, a 2.5K camera at the back, and a low-mounted front camera that records in 1080p. The front camera uses a Sony Starvis 2 sensor, which helps it see better at night or in low light. The rear and front low cameras have wide angles, about 150 degrees and 170 degrees, so they catch more of what's going on around your car. Everything shows up on a 12-inch touchscreen that clips over your current rear view mirror. You can see different views from the cameras at the same time and swipe the screen to adjust parking lines. The rear camera lets you flip the image depending on how you install it, either inside or outside the car. It saves all the footage on a 256GB memory card that's already included. The system records on a loop, meaning it writes over old videos unless something happens, like a bump or crash. Then the built-in sensor locks that video, so it doesn't get erased. It also records your driving route, speed, and location using GPS, which you can check later with the company's video player. You can connect your phone using fast 5.8 GHz Wi-Fi to download videos, and there's voice control for basic commands. If you wire the system directly into your car's power, it can keep recording even when the engine is off. This is helpful if something happens while the car is parked. Setting it up takes some time since each camera needs to be wired, especially the front low one, but the kit includes everything you need. Next, this ultra-tow hydraulic pickup truck crane with hand winch that can lift up to 2,000 pounds. It has a lift range from 5 inches off the ground up to 80 inches high, and the boom can rotate in a full circle. This gives the driver flexibility when placing or removing loads from the truck. This crane also uses both a hydraulic system and a hand winch, so you get strong lifting power along with the ability to fine-tune how the load is raised or lowered. It's designed to be mounted directly into the bed of a pickup, and it's helpful for lifting things like engines, equipment, or other heavy gear. Cool, right? Looking now at an automatic leveling system that using electric or hydraulic jacks to level your trailer side to side and front to back with the press of a button. They just press one button and it automatically adjusts each jack until everything is level. The system uses a touch screen panel to control everything. You can choose to operate the jacks manually or use the auto leveling feature. Once the jacks are in place, tapping auto level starts the process. It goes through each step on its own and lets you know when it's done. If it can't level due to the slope or limits of movement, it'll show a message explaining the issue. Each jack has a wide foot pad to stay steady, and you can add telescoping extensions to increase reach when needed. If something goes wrong, or there's no power, the jacks can be cranked manually using a 5/16" hex socket. The system runs on 10 to 16 volts and keeps track of everything during use. If a jack isn't moving correctly, or the angle is too steep, it'll stop and give a warning. It's been a long time since we've seen something so simple, so we decided to make a video about it. I mean, look at it. It's literally just a piece of metal folding and unfolding. But we are not questioning its value. Let's be clear. I know that these days it's hard to find anything that doesn't come with solar panels, USB ports, and a flashlight, but sometimes our brain needs something so simple, so relaxing. Just look at it. Enjoy the view. And this truck bed cover comes in 2 styles, one with soft vinyl and another with hard aluminum slats. Both are made to give easy access to the bed while keeping things inside better protected from rain, dust, or dirt. The soft cover is made from strong marine-grade vinyl. It sits about an inch above the bed rails and uses a latch and hook system to keep it secure when driving. Along the sides, it seals with Velcro-style strips. To open it, there's a single pull cable, so it rolls up quickly when you need to load or unload. It's available for a range of popular trucks like the Chevy Silverado, GMC Sierra, and Ford Ranger. The hard roll-up version is made from connected aluminum slats, so it's stronger and can handle up to 600 pounds of evenly spread out weight. It has a sleek, low-profile look and locks itself in place when closed. Like the soft version, it opens with a single pull cable. Water drains through built-in tubes in the rail system to help keep the bed drier. When it's rolled open, the cover stays in place using quick release straps. Setting either one up usually takes less than an hour if you follow the instructions and clean the bed rails first. Which one's my favorite? I don't know. I am still thinking at that piece of metal. Our next focus sliding is this one. It pulls all the way out past the tailgate, so you don't have to climb into the bed to reach things like a lizard. Whether you're loading tools, equipment, or heavy items, everything slides out smoothly in front of you. The standard model can handle up to 1,500, and there's also a heavier duty version that can hold up to 2,000 pounds. The tray sits about 7 inches high once installed, and it comes in different sizes to fit various truck beds, like 68 by 48 inches for shorter beds, and up to 96 inches for longer ones. The structure is made of steel, with a weather-resistant deck that has a textured surface to help keep items from sliding around. It runs on solid bearings and includes a latch system that locks the tray in different positions, fully in, partway out, or fully extended. You also get 4 tie-down points on the deck to secure your gear, and the side rails come with slots that let you add racks or dividers if needed. Raised edges help keep taller items in place when the tray is out. Installing the tray takes about 2 hours for someone who's handy with tools. It bolts to the floor of the truck bed, and because of its size, it's easier to install with help. Once it's in, using it is simple. Just pull the handle and slide it out. It works best when the weight is spread across the tray, especially if you're hauling heavier gear. Further, a modern touchscreen car radio made especially for older Chevy and GMC trucks from the years 1988 to 1994. These trucks came with old-style radios, and if someone wants to add things like Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, or even a backup camera, it's usually hard because modern radios don't fit well in the original space. The radio we're looking at is made to fit exactly into the space where the old factory radio was, without needing to cut or change anything in the dashboard. It even looks like it belongs there, so the inside of the truck keeps its classic look, but works like a newer vehicle. It lets the driver listen to radio, connect a phone to play music, or take calls wirelessly. Use navigation apps like Google Maps or Apple Maps on the screen. Plug in a backup camera to help with parking. By the way, I love it how some people are still aficionado after, well, anything. I really feel that most of us have lost that kind of passion about, again, anything. Moving to emergency tool that does 3 main things. Jumpstarts a dead car battery. So, if your car won't start because the battery is dead, it gives it a strong burst of power, up to 4,000 amps, to get it going again. And it does it even for large trucks or SUVs with big engines, gas up to 10 liters, diesel up to 8 liters. The next thing it can do is it charges electronics, working like a big power bank. You can use it to charge your phone, laptop, tablet, or other devices. It has different USB ports, including one strong enough to charge a laptop. And it also works as a flashlight. I mean, you wouldn't buy it just for that, but think of it as an extra. So it has a built-in LED light with 4 modes: bright, dim, emergency SOS, and flashing strobe. It also has a magnet on the bottom, so you can stick it to your car while you work hands-free. It's also water and dust resistant and works in temperatures from -4 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Looking next to another device that attaches to the trailer hitch on the back of a pickup truck. It holds the loading ramp in place so it doesn't slide or fall while we're loading heavy stuff, like a snowmobile or ATV, into the truck bed. It stops the ramp from sliding or slipping off the tailgate, which can happen even when it looks secure. It fits any pickup and takes less than a minute to set up. Taking it off or putting it back on is just as fast. After loading, the ramp can be stored behind the tailgate, whether it's open or closed, so it doesn't get in the way of the cargo. It doesn't need any drilling or extra tools to install. It connects directly to the truck's hitch and works with all truck brands. That means it doesn't need special parts or adjustments to fit. One of the other problems it solves is where to put the ramp once the truck bed is full. 'Cause, you know, there's usually no space left, and tying it on top isn't ideal, so it gives the ramp a secure spot to stay until it's needed again. The idea came from some pissed off people who've dealt just a lot with this problem themselves. The ramps often shifting or don't staying in place when loading heavy equipment like snowmobiles or four-wheelers. A real pain in the arse. So, here we are. This storage chest is made from molded polyethylene, is being used quite a lot in storing and tools, parts, or other items in trucks, trailers, workshops, etc. The box measures about 35 inches long, 14 inches wide, and 13 inches high. Its body is made with a special molding process that adds strength and prevents bending or warping. The lid is double layered for extra support, and a soft gasket runs along the edge to block out water and dust. While it's not completely waterproof, it can handle rain and damp conditions. The raised edge and small drain holes also help keep the inside dry. The outside of the chest has a diamond patterned surface that gives it a solid, practical look. Locking tabs are built into the design, so a padlock can be added for extra security. The storage chest works best for light and medium storage needs, things like smaller tools, spare parts, or everyday gear. And if this one doesn't meet your needs because it's too small, the company also offers a crossover toolbox that is sturdy, features a modern and attractive design, and provides more storage space. We're looking at 3 types of steps for a pickup. The folding step mounts directly to the tailgate and folds flat, staying out of the way when not in use. The steel step is built to handle outdoor wear, using stainless steel bolts to resist rust and weather damage. The narrow step, each 3.3 inches deep, provides just enough surface for secure footing without adding bulk. One saves space, one adds durability, and one focuses on stable access. Together, they create a compact, reliable ladder for climbing in and out of the truck bed. Which one's your favorite? Looking also at some heavy-duty cargo nets made from strong 2-inch wide polyester straps. The company says that material is chosen because it doesn't stretch much, holds up well in sunlight, and doesn't wear down easily. The net forms a square grid, with openings usually around 8 inches by 8 inches. To tighten the net, you can use either cam buckles or ratchets. Cam buckles are quicker to use and easier to open when you're done. They're a good choice if you're carrying things that can't handle too much pressure. Ratchets, on the other hand, can hold the net down more tightly, which is helpful for heavier or shifting loads. The nets also come with different types of hooks and fittings, like S-hooks, E-track hooks, D-rings, and snap hooks, so they can work with different anchor points in your truck or trailer. It spreads out the tension, so no single strap is doing all the work. This helps keep everything from moving around while you're driving. And another retractable truck bed, strong enough to handle up to 500 pounds. It seems to move easily and stays level with the sides of the bed, keeping things clean and with an organized. The surface has a matte black finish that holds up well against sun and scratches. You can lock the cover in any position along the rails, whether you need the bed fully open, partly open, or completely closed. So, no need to worry. It doesn't snap back like a rubber band. You can stop it wherever you want. The slats never touch each other when the cover rolls up, thanks to the way the track is built. This helps prevent damage over time. Built-in drain tubes carry water away, which helps keep your truck bed dry during bad weather. When fully open, the cover rolls into a small box near the cab, so you still have space for hauling taller items. Looking further at Toyota's power liftgate. It's available on popular models like the RAV4, Sienna, Highlander, 4Runner, and Sequoia. It works through electric motors and a control unit that manages how the liftgate moves. You can also set how high the liftgate opens. This is helpful, let's say if you park in a space with a low ceiling. To set it, you simply move the liftgate to the height you want and press the close button until you hear 4 beeps. Some vehicles also let you change this through a screen in the settings menu. If the vehicle has the hands-free feature, you just need to wave your foot in a quick motion near the sensor. But that might also make you look like a clown applauding your own cargo, so we don't recommend it. Then hidden winch mount that lets a truck or SUV keep a clean, factory-style look up front, while still being ready for recovery situations. The main part of this system is a strong steel tray made from thick 7-gauge metal, which is about 0.179 inches. Some models also include parts like skid plates made from slightly thinner 11-gauge steel. The whole setup comes in separate pieces, usually a tray, fair lead mount, side brackets, and shackle points that bolt together. This makes it easier to install and swap out parts if needed. Once installed, the winch sits behind the front panel of the vehicle, and only the fair lead opening, winch rope, and hook points are visible. A folding worktable, like a workbench that you can open when you need it and fold flat when you don't. It's mainly used for things like building, fixing, or assembling projects. It weighs only about 27 pounds, but it can hold up to 1,000 pounds when in use. That's strong enough for heavy tools, wood, or other materials. It folds out quickly in just about 30 seconds into a full work table. When you're done, you can fold it flat only 4 inches thick, so it's easy to store behind a door or against a wall. Quite promising to us. I mean, for a table, of course. It won't fix Eastern European crisis. Anyways. Next, a storage system that transforms the back of a truck or cargo van into an organized, secure workspace without reducing its ability to haul heavy items. For full-size trucks, the deck can hold up to 2,000 pounds on top, and each drawer can carry up to 200 pounds. In mid-size setups, the deck holds 1,000 pounds, and larger drawers can carry up to 400 pounds each. In fact, sizes vary depending on the truck bed, but the drawers are long and deep enough to fit tools, gear, and other items that need to stay secure and easy to reach. The system is made from high-density polyethylene, molded over a galvanized steel subframe, with aluminum handles and stainless or coated steel hardware. Looking at tidy systems like this, I feel like some hidden traits of mine are slowly coming to the surface, like was the word Type A personality. A neat freak. This steel upgrade of Jeep keeps the look clean without adding extra bulk. The front piece goes across the full width and can come with a winch spot, a top bar for extra protection, and several places to mount lights. A 20-inch light bar, or 5 cube lights, fit in the center, and there are 2 more spots for lights on the top corners. Strong front mounts can hold soft shackles, or 3/4-inch D-rings. All parts are shaped by machine for a proper fit, and stainless steel hardware helps it last. No cutting or welding is needed to install. On some newer engines, one small part may need to be moved for everything to clear. The rear part keeps a low profile and works with factory sensors, hitch, and wiring plug. Made from steel, one version mixes thick and thinner plates to save weight but still stay strong. It has 2 light mounts on the back and solid mounts for recovery gear. It works with the factory tire holder or an optional swing gate. Some models skip the extra light cutouts for a simpler look. Both parts bolt on easily, hold up well, and give the Jeep more function without changing its original shape. Day by day, we're all looking for tools that can do more than one job, something that replaces the mess of carrying multiple separate devices. Instead of keeping a bunch of different tools in the car, many people now prefer one compact solution that handles everything in one place. Dead battery, flat tire, mess to clean, phone running low, you need light, etc. So this one device combines 5 tools people often need for their cars. Instead of buying 5 separate gadgets, this one unit does all of the following. Jump starts your car battery. If your car won't start because the battery is dead, you can use this to get it running again without needing another car. Cleanse the inside of your car. It has a small vacuum with different attachments to help clean seats, carpets, and hard-to-reach areas. Pumps air into your tires. If your car or bike tires are low on air, it can inflate them. It comes with different nozzles to fit different types of valves. Works as a flashlight. It has a built-in LED light you can use if you're stuck in the dark or need to check something at night. Charges your phone or other devices. You can plug in your phone and charge it when you're on the road and don't have another power source. We're man and raw and stuff, and yeah, we push and pull things vigorously cause raw. I don't know how to say. We move aggressively but still, dragging motorcycles, ATVs, lawn equipment, tool carts, anything with wheels, or that's too heavy to lift easily, in and out of our trucks? Not exactly fun, so here's a tool, and it works like this. You pull it out when you need it. The ramp stretches out using a telescoping system, kind of like how a telescope extends. You use it to roll things like motorcycles, lawnmowers, or ATVs into the back of the truck. When you're done, you slide it back in, and it hides completely inside the tailgate. From the outside, the truck looks totally normal. The ramp locks in place, so it stays steady while you're using it. It also works as a flat surface. You can use it like a small table or workspace at the back of your truck. It's strong, smooth, and easy to use, made for people who regularly haul stuff but don't want extra gear cluttering up their truck. Since it's built into the tailgate, there's no extra setup, and you don't have to find space to store it. Everything stays clean and simple, so raw but in other places. Next, we're looking at a foldable, lockable storage box sitting at the back of a full-size pickup truck bed. It locks using the truck's existing tailgate lock, securing our gear without any extra locks or keys. It sets up in minutes. We unfold it, place it over the sidewalls, and let the built-in locks keep it steady. Once it's in, we just use our truck's tailgate lock like we always do, and our stuff stays safe. Originally, the idea belonged to a father many years ago, when he built something on his own, but it was only after his son grew up, recreated it, perfectioned it, and it took this almost flawless form. And what else can we say? Easy to install, easy to remove, it doesn't get in the way. Once locked, it keeps everything out of sight and right where you left it. Most people who own trucks also own grills. I don't know why though. But here's a gas grill that you can attach directly to the back of your pickup truck, with no drilling, welding, or permanent changes required. And here's how this one works. Most full-size pickup trucks have 4 post holes in the bed, the upper edges of the truck bed walls. The Grillmobile uses those existing holes to mount a grill securely, so it stays put even when you're driving. And you can still use your truck bed for hauling, because the grill's placement doesn't get in the way. I swear I am not making it up, but the idea came from the creator's dad, who got tired of dragging his grill in and out of the truck whenever they went tailgating. He welded one straight onto his truck. That kicked off a year of experimenting to build something that worked the same way, but didn't require any welding or damage to the truck. The grill itself has a stainless steel burner, porcelain-coated grates, and foldable legs for easy packing. It offers 205 square inches of space to cook on, and measures 16 inches tall, 26 inches wide, and 16 inches deep. Everything you need comes with it: grill, mounting system, hinge, and locking pins. And what can I say? People out there worshiping their fathers by recreating their outdoor grill garage ideas. Isn't it crazy how sons and dads usually bound to each other in environments and activities like this? I mean, I don't know what rich kids and dads do, of course. Now you're looking at a steel panel system we install in the back of a 4Runner. It helps to organize and mount gear so it's secure, easy to access, and off the floor. It includes 2 side panels, mounting hardware, aluminum spacers, stainless steel bolts, and brackets, and an optional middle shelf that connects between the 2 side panels for extra storage. The panels fit on the sides of the cargo area and measure about 30 inches wide and 16 inches tall when both sides are installed. The kit comes with all the parts you need: aluminum spacers, stainless steel bolts, and brackets, and it attaches using the original mounting points already in the vehicle. The shelf is about 50 inches wide, 14 inches long, and a little under 4 inches thick. It bolts right into place using the holes on the side panels, and you can adjust the height. There also is this solar truck bed covers with a built-in 1000 watt panel that turns sunlight into power. On a sunny day, it can produce between 800 and 1000 watts, enough to charge batteries, power tools, or run small appliances. You can hook it up to most solar generators or portable power stations. The cover sits low and fits the shape of the truck, so it doesn't mess with how the truck drives or handles. All the wiring is tucked inside the system, so there's nothing hanging loose or in the way. It works as both a solid truck bed cover and a clean energy source. Instead of using a gas-powered generator, this setup uses only sunlight. Once it's installed, you can open or close the cover like usual, without affecting the solar panel. It's made to fit most standard pickup trucks and doesn't block access to the bed, or change how the truck works. The solar cells are high performance and keep working even when it's not super bright outside. The idea came many years ago from a father, and then years later his son. Just kidding. Next.